my name is Laura, and today I wanted to talk about something different, something that I've been dealing with for the past almost 14 years, and it's a part of my life now. And it's not perfume related or beauty related, but it's something that I um, love to learn about, and obviously because it impacts my life, I like to talk about it and share my struggles or my life, because it is so rare, um, and I'd like for people to, be able to relate, just because it is something that it's not very common. Um, so yeah, today is not perfume or fragrance. I mean, fragrance or beauty related. So if that's not, what you're looking for, feel free to skip this video. But this video is about um, something I've dealt with for the past 14 years now, or it's going to be 14 years. I was diagnosed with a rare neurologic disease called transverse myelitis. And basically, what happened was January, what is it, like 2006? I'm sorry. I was 20 years old. And I just want to share because it is very rare. And when I got diagnosed, I'll explain, but it was as if I was like a guinea pig and nobody even knew what this disease was. But anyways, yeah, I was 20 years old. Me and my friends, we were gonna get ready to do a juice fast, like starting February 1st. So it was January 31st. We were at HEB, our grocery store, and we were getting all the stuff, we were about to get all this stuff to do our juice fast. And I remember driving up, and it was late at night, and I got a cart and I was walking in, and I felt like this excruciating pain in my back. And I just remember like I couldn't walk, and it was just so bad that it was a pain that I had never felt before. So anyways, I tried to like walk it off, but I really, really couldn't. So my friends, good thing they were with me, which they were also my roommates. One of them drove me home, or drove us home, and the other one, she was riding with the other roommates, so she was able to take my car. But I remember we lived in a 2-story home, and I went upstairs, and it was just like I was like in really, really bad pain. And as the pain, progressed into the night, I felt like a numbness come from that pain in my back to like from my waist down, basically. So I remember I thought like, okay, well, let me go to sleep. Let me try to sleep it off, see how I wake up. So next thing, I woke up and I was completely paralyzed from the waist down. So it was just crazy because I had never heard of anything like this or experienced anything like this. So yeah, that was like a Friday, I believe. And so by the time that my roommates came in, and one of my roommates, her mom, I talked to her mom, and she was like, well, maybe wait it out for the weekend and see how you feel. Maybe the sensation will come back or whatever. Because it was just so weird. So anyways, we went to like a clinic over the weekend, and I remember being like, they had to carry me, like hold my arms because I had no function in my legs, try to help me to walk. And I remember a doctor there, she basically did like a test on me, just a physical, and then she did like a urine test, and she basically said that I had a UTI. So also, if this is like TMI for you, maybe just this isn't the video for you, but these are things we deal with on a daily basis. So I was like, and she said that basically I was paralyzed because I had this UTI. So it just like infuriated me. But I mean, I also know that a PCP is probably not well equipped to deal with things like this, and I probably should have gone to the hospital, but I live in a city where well, first of all, I don't have a mom. My mom passed away very young, so my dad lives in another city, so I did not have like parents or somebody to kind of be there or guide me. So my friend's mom was basically trying to help me out, and she was kind of like my mom during that time. But anyways, so that next day, that night, I think I ended up going, or Sunday night, I ended up going to the hospital because obviously I was still paralyzed. And right away, they admitted me because I was in so much pain. And I remember there was like no room for me, so they were trying to like make room in the, I blanked out, but I forgot the triage area. So I was laying down, and finally they gave me like pain medicine, and I just remember like not being able to move from the waist down. And then a nurse came and she's like, are you, using the bathroom, blah blah. I'm like, I mean, it's kind of awkward to talk about those things in that moment. But she's like, do you need to use the bathroom? And I'm like, well, I don't feel like it. But she, because I couldn't do anything from the waist down, so she put in a catheter, and like sure enough, I really did need to use the bathroom. So then it's like starts hitting me like I can't feel. So anyways, I was in there for 2 weeks. I got released on Valentine's Day, and during that whole time I saw like so many neurologists, and it's a training hospital, so they're the university here, so there's all kinds of doctors, and then there's students that come and observe you, and my experience was, it's like as if they had never seen this disease before, transverse myelitis, and it's like if I was treated like a guinea pig, like they would talk to each other and be like explaining certain things to each other, but never to me. They never told me what I have, what are they going to do, if I'm going to get better. And it was just really strange. So I didn't even know what was going on with me. All I knew was I was on steroids, very heavy steroids, IV steroids and pills. I didn't even know why, but later, like during my own research and stuff, it's like to calm the inflammation that was going on in my body. And in my case, it's idiopathic, so there's no cause for why this happened in my body. I have not been diagnosed with MS or anything like that, so it was just really strange. But yeah, during those whole 2 weeks, I basically didn't speak to a doctor myself. They never told me what I had, and the nurses were actually very helpful. I remember like having to walk, learn to walk. They hold you up in like straps in your waist, and they try to take you around the hospital learning how to walk. And I just remember feeling like so confined because I've always been on my own. I've been on my own since I was a teenager. So being stuck in a hospital, and you're 20 years old and you're used to like having 2 jobs and going to college, like I felt so confined. So I just wanted to get out of there. I wanted to just learn how to do everything all over again and get out and be on my own. So I tried really hard to relearn how to walk, relearn how to bathe myself and stuff like that. And it was really hard. But by the end of the 2 weeks, they saw that I was capable of taking care of myself to a certain degree, so I didn't qualify to stay there any longer. So I was able to go home, and again, I lived with my roommates, and we lived in a 2-story home. So I remember the mom of one of the girls, she's like, maybe you should stay with me. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to. So I'm like, I'm going up these stairs. I have to learn how to go up these stairs. I've never like, uh, I've always kind of like been on my own even since a teen, and never like had to answer to a parent. So I was not about to like put myself in that situation, you know. So anyways, I was determined to go up the stairs and go to my room. So I tried every day. I had to use a cane when I got out. I didn't need a walker, but I needed a cane. And I was very weak. And yeah, so I had to learn how to walk. And yeah, and it was just, they also advised me not to drive, obviously, because, you know, I couldn't really move and stuff. But I still tried. Like, I was determined not to let this, you know, hold me back. So anyways, that's kind of how it all happened. And I did quit my job, and I stayed home for 2 weeks. And because they told me, you know, to stay home for 2 weeks. And after those 2 weeks, I'm like, I'm done. I need to go back to work or something. I can't just be home. And during that time, I learned how to make jewelry. I've always loved natural stones and gems and stuff like that. So that's what I would do to pass my time. So after that, I got a job working at a bead store, and I just wanted something easy because I'm like, I have no idea how I'm gonna be, you know. So I applied, and I was just like a customer service person. And I've always worked office jobs. And I just remember walking in and being, you know, I was 20, and the people that worked there were younger, like 17, 18, 20 maybe. And it was just so awkward and kind of ugly because they see you like, well, why are you wearing a cane? I mean, why are you using a cane, and why do you walk like that, or whatever. But it was kind of strange. And I remember like kind of getting like a little bullied too because of the way I was. And eventually I got stronger, and I didn't need a cane anymore. And I still like had I guess my walk isn't completely perfect. But it's like, in the beginning it was a lot, you could really see it when I'd walk. Like I'd walk like kind of pick up one foot, which is the side that I'm more affected on. For me, it's more affected on the right. But now that I've been, you know, it's been 14 years, it's gotten a lot better. But yeah, so it was hard going back to work. And then after that, I started working in the office there. And from there, it's like I've kind of just learned to keep going, even with this disease. And how I like to explain it to people is our nervous system. It's like these are our nerves. And imagine like the nerve is actually the lining inside, and the myelin is a protective coating around the nerve. So if you have any damage to the myelin, basically it leaves that exposure to the actual nerve, and it damages it. So when you don't have that protection, in my case, I have 2 lesions in my spine. Basically, it causes all kinds of stuff to go out of whack. So for me, I can walk, you know, I can't run. Sometimes I can jump, maybe once or twice. But it takes a lot of effort to be able to like mentally know how to do that function. So yeah, no running for me, no jumping. There's a lot of things like that I don't do, or I can't do. So like the other day, my son wanted to do that hopscotch, you know, and I physically can't, and it's so hard for me to like pick up, how you could just flex your foot up. Well, for me, the left side is fine, but the right side is where I'm weaker, so I can't. Also, I the thing that really affects me is I have no control, like bowel and bladder. So that's a really big deal for me, especially that I have a lot, like it also causes a lot of digestive issues. So I really have to watch what I eat, where I eat it. If I feel sick, if my stomach feels upset, for me, it's really scary because I don't have control. And my stomach feels upset a lot because of, the nervous system, not working properly in my body. So a lot of those things are things that I deal with. And obviously anybody that has transverse myelitis will probably deal with. I know for me, the bowel bladder wasn't a big deal in the beginning, but then it's weird how over the years it's gotten, some of the symptoms have like intensified, and sometimes they kind of like diminish and then they come back again. Obviously they say stress, reawakens everything, which I'm sure it does. But also, what else was I gonna say? The bowel and bladder is like a big thing. And then obviously pain. So for nerve pain, there's not much that can like heal that, There's obviously like medication, and I've tried several, but I don't like how they make me feel. They cause, weight gain or brain fog and stuff like that. And I cannot work, feeling like that. I know I've been on some, and I've caused so many mistakes at work because it's like your brain's not fully cooperating. So I don't take medication. I've taken medication very few times other than in the hospital. So pain is like a really big thing. I'm constantly searching for stuff to numb the nerve pain, help the nerve pain. Sometimes it helps it, sometimes it makes it worse. Also, I don't have sensation from the waist down still. So cold or hot, I cannot feel. If I get in the pool right now and it's cold, I won't know. From the waist down, from the waist up, I will know. But it's just weird how those things are affected. But yeah, pain is a really big thing. I've probably spent like so much money trying to find stuff that helps, chairs and shoes and insoles and creams and patches and all natural stuff and all kinds of stuff. Like it's crazy how there's so many things out there that really don't help with nerve pain. But yeah, I just wanted to do this video because I know for me, when I first got diagnosed, there was like no information out there. And even now, it's still very rare. And yeah, this week I was feeling bad from my pain, and that's kind of why I don't do a lot of stuff. Like for me, indulging in food, or if I don't feel good, my stomach, if I say my stomach hurts, to somebody else, it might be like, oh, okay, you're fine. Well, to me, it's like I might have an accident. And I'm not saying, it's going to be pretty. Like it might be something really bad. And sometimes people don't see that. If I don't want to eat something because I know it upsets my stomach, it's not me being picky. It's because what happens if that happens? And that does happen. It has happened to me several times where I'm at the store and I do have an accident, or in my sleep, and those are things people don't know or don't they see you sometimes and you look pretty much normal, and they don't know all the stuff that's really going on underneath. And I would have liked to know when I got diagnosed, what to expect or what this thing is called. Is it going to go away? Is it going to get better? And at least to know, like, that's what's helped me a lot is connecting with people that have this disease, because we are each other's support. A lot of times you talk to neurologists and they don't even know what transverse myelitis is, or I've dealt with neurologists that are basically like, what is that? And so that's why I don't see a doctor here, because I've seen so many and a lot of them don't know what it is, and the few that do, they don't really know what to do to help other than medication or therapy, or things that, like, in my case, it's already been so long that the progress I've made is pretty much, that's it. There's no more progress to be made. I know that if you don't recover within like a year, from there on, it's going to be even harder to regain that bodily function. So for me, it's already going on 14 years. So it is pretty much what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video because that's something that's like really important to me. Obviously health, right? Taking care of your body. And also what's really important for me is I love to remember those moments. And I've been in even darker moments, from my past. And I like to remember that because I like to remember, like an example, like I love to remember how it was when I had to relearn how to walk. I mean, I didn't have to, but when I was really trying to relearn how to walk, or I remember going down the hospital hallways, being like carried from my waist, and they put this belt on you and straps and everything, and you're wearing your socks so you don't fall. And I like to remember all that, and I like to remember like that determination I had to go up the stairs and drive myself and go to school and go back to school, or go back to work. Because I think a lot of times, like, we get carried away with these little issues in life, and we don't see that we've dealt with bigger issues. And it's like, if you got out of these harder times, you can make it through these, smaller, minor times, or they might even be large, issues at the moment. But if you got out of that and you had that determination, then you can make it now. And that's what I like to remember. This is one of the hardest things in my life, but it's also helped me see that if you really want to do something, you can still do it. And no matter if you are, handicapped from the waist down, because a lot of people are, you can still do something important and valuable with your life. And that's something I teach my son a lot. Like, doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter if you did great at school or whatever. You can have a very important, influential, valuable life by being who you are. So you don't have to do what everybody does. You don't have to, go skydiving or be a millionaire or be flashy on Instagram or whatever it is. To me, the most important, most beautiful things about people is who they really are inside and how they treat other people. It doesn't matter how you look, or how beautiful your hair is, or your makeup, or whatever. And to me, what's most beautiful about a person is how they really are inside, and how they really treat people. Not just the words they say, but how they really treat people. And you passing that on to others, because when we're here in this earth, but like our words and our values and our teachings, or whatever we imprint to others, that stays. So it's important to me to leave that legacy behind. I guess knowledge, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just wanted to share just something about me that I like to talk about, something more personal. And I wanted to share also other personal topics. But yeah, so hopefully you like this video. I kind of have a little get to know me. I'd like to do another video about something else that is also really important to me, which is substance abuse. That'll be another video. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I know it's kind of long, but it's something I deal with daily, hourly, when I'm awake and I'm asleep, and every part of my day is dealing with this crazy illness. But hey, I mean, it's something that we all have a thorn, right? We all have a struggle, and I mean, it is what it is, right? You got to keep going. You got to keep going, keep living, keep moving forward, no matter what it is. There's people that have it worse, and I don't want to ever feel sorry for myself. I do have times where it's like, oh, why me? Why do I have all this bad stuff happen to me? But at the end of the day, I don't know why this happened to me, but I can't change it, right? I also have somebody that's depending on me as my son, and I can't just give up and be like, oh, poor me. You gotta keep moving, you gotta keep going and try to make the best of it, because it could be a lot worse, and I am very fortunate. I am able to walk, and I have to see the positive in these things. And don't take these things for granted, because a lot of people don't have the same functions that maybe you or I have. So we don't know, what our future is, or how things are going to work out. So we just have to appreciate what we have in the moment, because it might change any day, just like for me, it changed from one moment to the next. But it is what it is, and it's life. Life is like that, and that's what I constantly tell my son. And life is never, it's not definite. Anything, everything in this life changes. We don't know what tonight's gonna, what's gonna happen tonight. We don't know tomorrow. We just have to keep moving forward, keep trying, keep striving, and figure it out. It's what the streets taught me. Keep going, keep moving forward. And yeah, so yeah. And I'm sorry, I had COVID the past 2 weeks, so I'm still a little congested and getting over it. But I am negative now, but I'm still a little congested. So yeah, I just thank you all for watching. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I just wanted to share a little bit and kind of reach maybe others that have this same disease, and let y'all know you're not alone. There's other people out there, and you can do it. If you know someone who's dealing with this, I know this affects children a lot, elderly a lot. If you know somebody who's going through this, just know that it's a big life change for them, and all you can do is be supportive. I know a lot of people get frustrated, with them, but just be supportive and love them and be understanding, and help them just maybe vent or be a listening ear or whatever they might need. But yeah, just know you're not alone. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.